Hey, I'm Ron Drotos from keyboardimprov.com, and welcome to day one of our rock piano for beginners workout. And I say our workout because I'm a beginner too. It took me 15 years, starting at age 15, when I first started playing rock in a garage band. It took me 15 years to get to where I wanted to be professionally. I was playing at Carnegie Hall, I was playing Broadway shows like Smokey Joe's Cafe based on rock music and all the clubs, and I was loving it. But I remembered that I had lost a little bit of that beginner's spark and enthusiasm, which can happen in the music business. So it took me the next 15 years to recapture that fully, and I'm loving every minute of it. So this is the deal. We're gonna it's for 31 days every day, and it's about 20 minutes. I've got a timer on my phone. I'm gonna set it in a second, and we're just gonna jam. And the idea is to reverse the way people tend to learn that's not always effective, where you're like struggling and you're practicing out of books and then occasionally jamming. The idea is to go back to how people really learn how to rock. And I was like one of the last generations. I was playing in the, like around 1980 I started, and 79 or 80. And that's one of the last generations pre-internet. And the exciting thing was that we didn't get inundated with tons of stuff. You got to practice this, you got to practice that, you got to learn this, you got to learn that. We formed a rock band. What happened was, when I was in middle school, ages 13 and 14, and so I was playing guitar. And I wasn't a great guitarist, but I had fun, and I learned some things. And then my electric guitar broke right when I was going to high school, ninth grade, which is about 15 years old. And my friends were forming a rock band, and they already had enough guitarists, and it was a good bass player and a guitarist, and they alternated. And I said, you know what? I played a little piano when I was growing up, a kid. Why don't I get a keyboard? And I haven't looked back since. It was the best thing I ever did, and it was a nice distinction. We did classic rock like Pink Floyd and Rolling Stones, and a couple of little progressive rock things. We played a tune or two by Rush, and a little foray into jazz. And I want to take you there, so that the idea is that you play a lot with what you have. Rolling Stones, Beatles, they all Clapton. This is how everybody learned. And then you supplement it with learning a little bit here, a little bit there. But you're mainly playing. So you're learning by doing. You're not getting front loaded with too much theory. And there's no pressure to learn. And then you can't do any of it, right? So we're going to do it. We're going to become fluent. Play with a really beautiful sense of flow. And we're going to start with the A blues scale. I'm going to set this for 20 minutes. And the A blues scale is a great place to start because it sounds great. And it's also a guitar key. Playing blues in A, it's going to be an A chord, a D chord, an E chord. So the first thing, we're just going to enjoy every step of the way, because if we can enjoy this, we're going to enjoy the next step and the next step and the next step. If you don't enjoy the steps as they go along, you end up playing piano for 20 years and never enjoying any of it, because you can always get better. Everybody can, right? Enjoy it, enjoy it, enjoy it. So we're going to start with one note, an A. And you're just going to, like a drummer, with a steady beat. All right? So basically, you don't need any fancy equipment. Just go to your piano or keyboard. Make sure that you can hear the volume of this a little louder than you're playing, so that you can stay along with it. And we're just going to jam together. You ready? Here we go. So I'm just going to play, and just play along with me. Any rhythms you want on A. It can be this A, whatever you want. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like a drummer on a cymbal. Bum, 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 bum. Nothing else to do right now. You're going to enjoy it, okay? So let's keep doing that a little bit. Just get real loose, no hurry, and let the sound enter you even more. That's what I'm doing right now too. So even if you're at more advanced level, you already know the whole scale, you'll benefit by starting here and staying with this one note and experiencing it even fuller. That's what the real greats have. You hear Keith Richards on guitar playing one note, or Elton John playing a chord. He's experiencing the whole thing, even deeper than most of us do. So here we go again. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's interesting because sometimes we play repetitive rhythms and we think they're getting boring, but they're not. You just get more into them. You know, you see a musician like Dave Grohl or somebody, you know, playing, and they just get so into that beat. It doesn't matter if we're not playing a million notes, right? It even sounds better doing that. You can play repetitive rhythms. Bum, bum, bum. Again. Bum, bum, bum. Matter of fact, let's do that. I'm going to play a rhythm for 2 measures. No, 1 measure. Bum, bum, bum. And then you just play that rhythm back, okay? Here, I'll start. 1, 2, 3, 4. Your turn. Bum, bum, bum. Fine. Bum, 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 bum. Keep that going. I'll go. Then you go. I'll go. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Now just play. Keep going on that A. Now both of us together. It's just getting going, right? And then we start getting better at it. If we wait until we're great at something before we do it the first time, we'll never get great, right? This is how we do it. Someone recently commented on one of my YouTube videos that once you get to a high level of proficiency, which they were saying that I was playing at, that then it becomes fun. And you know the interesting thing, and I wrote this in the comment, I said it is fun, but I had fun even when I could only play 1 note. You know, just going into that. We actually rehearsed, we called it a garage band, but we rehearsed in somebody's basement. And really just jamming out for 20 minutes on 1 chord or something. By the way, as we go through these 31 days, we're going to be learning chord progressions. We're going to be learning how to play Freebird, Stairway to Heaven, jamming on a lot of these classic songs. But at the same time, we're going to go slowly enough so that you internalize it and remember it and can do it. So going to be a really, you will be at a whole nother level. Even if you're farther along than this right now, this is reconnecting with the roots, right? So if you're standing in front of a soccer ball and you just kick it, you can kick the ball. But if you back up and run, you can kick it farther. So maybe you're backing up and running right now, or maybe this is new for you. Whether you're 10 years old, 8 years old learning this for the first time, or 80 and always wanted to play rock, this is what we're doing right now, and it's going to take you there. So let's add a second note to this right now, though. Let's add a C. So just play it and listen to it. We often forget to listen. Play the A, and it doesn't matter. With the blues scale, I never learned fingerings. You know, it could be 1 and 3, or 1 and 2, doesn't matter, or even 2 and 3. Just sort of play them a couple times. Here it's a minor third, it's 3 half steps away. Just have some fun with that. Okay, so let's jam together using these. You can stay on the C for a while, you can stay on the A for a while, or go back and forth. I would say right now, you can occasionally play them together, but it's really a 1 note at a time kind of thing, soloing on the blues scale, at least for now. All right, I'm going to go to a traditional blues, and with a little swing 8 notes kind of, and let's just use those 2 notes. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Nobody, you know, leaves rest. have to say the notes have to fit into the groove to work. So let's do that, and we'll trade 4 measures back and forth. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4. I'll help you along. I'll point to you when it's your turn. But basically, we'll just have a little conversation with this. 1, 2, I'll start. 1, 2, ready, and... tremolo between them. I used 1 and 2, or you could use 1 and 3. I don't know what I use, but it's more about the hand going like that than it is the fingers. Very relaxed. Try it again. You start this time. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Jamming. This is bringing me right back to when I was 15, and I'm loving every minute of it. And yeah, that's the thing. It's good job if you're just enjoying this. We're going to add a 3rd note now to the blues scale. We have A, we have C, and we're going to go up a whole step to D. So we have an interval of a minor 3rd here, and then a whole step. So A, C, D, and you can use your 1st, 2nd, and 3rd fingers, although it doesn't really matter. You can use any ones you want. And the idea, again, is that you don't have to play all 3 at all times. You just play 1, the next, and here. And you connect with what you're playing to your ear. That's going to make you sound 1,000 times better than if you're just sort of trying to play what you remember or licks or something like that. Just connect with your ear, and it's like, okay, bum, 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 bum. I can hear that, all right? So just play those a couple times. A, C, E, D. And here we go. Let's just both start by playing those together. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 notes, right? And we're halfway through the blues scale. It's only 6 in the scale. If you do that fast, that's something like Freebird, you know? You can practice that a little bit. Again, you learn stuff in a way that you can do them, at a pace you can do them, and then you can start playing them a little fancier if you want, or that might take you a while to do. Doesn't matter. Just have fun. You will get there. Let's slow down the tempo a little bit and play it on a rock ballad. Let's see. Why don't we both play together? 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do a little ear training on response. So I'm going to play just the A, and you play it back. 1 in the same rhythm. 2, 3, 4. Now you go. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Good. Now I'm going to add the C. And by the way, when I started out at 15 years old, I could not do this. My ear took a while to grow. So basically, this will help you listen. So I'm going to play 1 and the other, and then see if you can play it back. It doesn't really matter if you get everyone right. It's by using your ear, it will get better. 1, 2, 3, 4. See if you can play that. I'm going to start on the C. Good, and then you can hear when we go one more to the D. Let's add a 4th note today. And I'm not sure how far we're going to go. I'm not even going to look at that timer. I'm just going to wait until it beeps and or rings, and then we're going to continue tomorrow. But basically, let's add a 4th note, which is the E flat. And you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, starting on your thumb. It's probably the best fingering if you're just using these 4. But like I said, there's no real fingering for the blues scale. I want you to be able to just move around and use different fingers. That's how I learned. So a lot of times the E flat, you're not going to really jump to it or away from it. It kind of goes up and down from the D, but you never know. There's other ways of using it too. At least with only these 4 notes. So I'm just going to sort of go up and down. Just try that a few times. All right. So let's do a blues, but with straight 8s this time. And we'll both sort of use those notes. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Sometimes I went from D to E kind of as I use the D as a grace note. It kind of imitates somebody sliding on the guitar or bending a note on a harmonica or the saxophone or a singer going ba-da-da-da-da, sort of sliding up there. And even sort of playing together. Can't do that too much. straight eighth notes again. You start, we'll trade fours. 1, 2, 3, 4. Using the first two. And we'll finish. 20 minutes went by like that, right? Because we're having fun, we're jamming, and this is just the beginning. So thanks for being here. Good job. And we'll continue on with the rest of the blues scale. We'll start learning some patterns, different chords, take you through different blues scales and classic rock songs. So be sure to subscribe if you want to get new videos delivered to you. I have a playlist so far. There's just one video in it, today's, but at the end there'll be 31 days of playlist. And I'm also putting a link down there for further rock lessons if you want to go a little more advanced right now. But definitely follow this trajectory, because in 31 days you're going to play flow and fluency, and enjoying every minute of it. Thanks, I'll see you tomorrow.